Thanks very much, Chairman, and welcome, Governor. I'm delighted to see you here. I think you're a virtually ideal nominee for this position, but what made my day was not you being here, but Senator Mikulski, Chairman Mikulski being here, who I adore, have occasionally been very frightened of, but have always, always admired, and to have her back here in the Senate, where she was such a commanding and effective presence, has been an absolute joy, has made my day. Two things. First, I think America saw the State of the Union speech where the president called out certain Republicans who had called for Social Security and Medicare cuts. And as you'll recall, there was a fairly boisterous reaction in the chamber to that, culminating in a full-on standing ovation for the proposition that there would not be Social Security or Medicare cuts. So great, except that that commitment seems to be getting a little spongy in that in the House, Social Security and Medicare cuts were brought up in the battle over the speaker as something that we should be, Republicans wanted to see in the new speaker, somebody who'd take on Social Security and Medicare. So we'll see how that goes, but let's presume that what the president called the unanimity that there would not be Social Security cuts or Medicare cuts holds. That then means that to make Social Security solvent, we've got to address the revenues side. That's essentially arithmetic. Are you willing to help us as we design revenue side reinforcements for Social Security to give us advice and information so that we can do the best job of that?
Yes, Senator. In fact, I think that's my primary responsibility, not to make the policy, but to make sure that you have, as the policy makers, an evidence-based discussion based on the best data and information from Social Security. And the very talented people there, like Dr. Steve Goss and others with the actuary. So that's how I look at my role.
Good. The other thing we've seen recently has been a very significant funding boost for the Internal Revenue Service. And that has manifested in the last meeting I had with the Rhode Island Taxpayer Advocate Office in a lot of better response to individual taxpayers. Where the taxpayer advocate was going to the main IRS office and having weeks, even months of delays getting cases addressed, even as the actual taxpayer advocate. Now those time periods have shortened dramatically. The taxpayer advocate is turning over consumer cases more rapidly and effectively, and the public is getting its questions answered and its problems resolved far faster and more effectively than they were beforehand. And I would urge you to look at that as a potential model for what could take place within the administrative side of Social Security. And I think there are a lot of us here who would love to see additional resources come to you in the very same way that we sent additional resources to the IRS, so that the American people, who the IRS and Social Security are designed to serve, can get quick, real, effective answers and not get stuck up in backlogs and delays from understaffing and under-resourcing. So consider that as a model that has worked. Continue to look at it to see if it continues to work.
Appreciate that.
And know that some of us would love to help you be able to deliver the same results.
Thank you, Senator.